Starmer has said that engagement makes UK stronger after his visit to China. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has added that the government is clear-eyed about the threats from China on national security, and protecting UK's national security is non-negotiable. He has also said that UK is clear-eyed about the threats coming in from China in that regard and will never waver its efforts to keep British people safe. Meanwhile, Starmer and leader of the opposition British Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, has responded. Let's listen into what they have shared.
Agreed to work together in some key areas of law enforcement. Last year, around 60% of all small boat engines used by smuggling gangs came from China. So we struck a border security pact to enable joint law enforcement action to disrupt that supply at source. We also agreed to scale up removals of those with no right to be in the United Kingdom and to work together to crack down on the supply of synthetic opioids.
With the Chagos Islands, the Prime Minister has been played. China is about to build an enormous spy hub in the centre of London, a ransom he had to pay before he could even get on the plane.
Now for this discussion, we welcome Dr. Sanjay Kumar. He's a journalist of the Korea Herald, joins us live from Seoul. Thank you very much, Dr. Kumar, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now looking at, Keir Starmer, I don't exactly know where he stands. His actions say something else. Him saying something else. Can he balance this China-UK thing?
Asuma, we cannot conclude that he would be balancing the relationship between London and Beijing. But one thing is for sure, that this entire approach is very recalibrated kind of engagement. So in one word, we can say that it is a recalibrated engagement which is happening after almost 8 years of relationship that went into limbo.
Yes. So, do you think he has any plans to gain his voters back? Or, as we know that his popularity is crumbling back home. So now that he's gone to China with a big delegation and got some deals, and now he comes back to, and also he got, he approved the building of biggest Chinese embassy in London, which is, the location is also very, very critical. What do you think about this? Do you think that he has any backup plan to kind of gain votes back?
Yes, he has a valid point, and I strongly support this view, because Beijing had not been seeing London as existential threat, and likewise London has never clarified their stand on Beijing, seeing it as an existential threat. So from that perspective, this entire rebalancing of diplomacy can be seen as a response, I think, passive response to President Trump's aggressive policies and the uncertainties that is being caused by President Trump. EU already had been trying to make some moves to make the entire world, at least the entire region of Europe, from uncertain to certain. And that is why I think this engagement signals some positive aspects as well. If you see that after this 8 years of disalignment, this engagement is going to bring some very positive outcomes, because there are some visa access discussions ongoing with the Beijing, and some trade relaxations as well. So I think the Prime Minister will have some things to tell to people back in London, because we must not forget here that London is also facing some uncertainties. So I think there are some strong background in this entire PR exercise, we should say. We should not jump to conclusion that both the countries are going to conclude some things, but it is a kind of PR exercise through which both the parties, both the countries are ready to send some positive signals. And especially from London's perspective, this is not a new thing right now. It is a very obvious thing. So calibrated realism seems to be working out here, and of course there would be some sort of active, we should say, criticism from the opposition party in London, but that looks justifiable from the ruling party side.
Right. So with both Starmer and Conservative leader Badenoch responding to this visit, how different are these views or approaches to China right now among them?
See, there is a division because, China has not been a natural ally of UK. So it is very likely that there will be, opposition and criticism as well. But the key question is, if not now, then when? That is also, because the ruling party also has a responsibility to respond to the uncertainties which is being caused. And if you see the EU's decision recently, they had been coming up with some solutions and some strategies. So in a way, I think the British Prime Minister is trying to send a signal that look, we are engaged in some strategy to balance the relationship and balance the dependency on US. And China, I think, is not a good friend for UK, but they can be a reliable friend, at least in current circumstances, when it comes to maintain the supply chain issues and also the economic aspects.
Right. So couldn't UK look at India like that for, as they, in this uncertain times, they look for solution and strategy? Which other country could have been instead of China?
Instead of China, India, of course, India has been a long-term partner, and UK-India relationship has been very natural. And if British Prime Minister tries to engage with India, there won't be any criticism that he's facing right now. So if you cannot compare apples with oranges. I'm not saying that China is cannot be a partner. It can be a partner. It is, but based on the democratic principles of Europe and especially the democratic legacy of UK with India and the relationship it has, despite all the disagreements, UK-India relationship has been ironclad, and many things had been in the linchpin. So we cannot compare Chinese relationship with India when it comes to UK. India is a natural partner. So instead of just looking towards India, from UK perspective, UK should not just look, but activate and expand, deepen the relationship. That kind of messaging would work. And I think if UK does something in this direction, that would be very helpful to the ruling party, and even opposition party in UK will not be opposing with this intensity that we are seeing in case of China.
Yes, 100% I agree. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, for joining us today and sharing that insight with us. Now moving